Have any headwear? Okay, so yesterday you had started amazing salamanders, and they're quite amazing. And you needed to find, remember, what was the big goal? What did you need to locate? What did you need to find? Thank you for raising your hand. About amazing salamanders? No, you're getting that confused with Dragon of the Red Dawn. What was it that we needed to really focus on yesterday?
We really needed to focus on how they live and what they eat.
Okay, well, let's look up here. What did we need to do, Nicholas? We needed to identify the main idea of a section from an informational text. That was our goal, and it's still our goal. Now, when we found a section, what did that mean, real quick? A section. Nicholas. A part of the story. Because it's going to be really important for you to find the main idea of a whole text, of course, to understand what it's all about. But you also need to understand why each section is important. Now, one thing that I found in many of your responses is that many of you were able to locate the main idea, what it was mostly about, but you still need to probably work on supporting details. And remember, that's part of this right here. Remember, you want to complete the following sentence. This section of the text was mostly about my evidence is. So, the part that was missing was my evidence is. I need you to really pull out that evidence. Okay, now remember, if you have something to say, what do you need to do? Melody, what do you need to do? There we go. Okay, but I want to have a little bit of a discussion. I want to have a talk about what you read about. So let's go ahead and leave it closed for now. I want to see what you recall about the text for now. So what did you discover in Amazing Salamander?
What I discovered was how long we were and how the Chinese salamander, how their length, and there's different kinds of salamanders in all of them.
Okay, that's great. And who can add a bit more to this? So she mentioned their length, how long they get. And remember, think about that main idea and what it's all about. Kaylin?
To add to her is that it also talks about the colors of different kinds and how like some of them and how they are. And in one page it talks about how like some salamanders are blind.
Thank you. So did you hear what she said? How salamanders are blind. She mentioned the colors. So very much so detailed. Awesome. Okay, Nicholas?
I learned that when their skin shreds that they eat their skin.
They eat their skin. And did they explain like why they eat their skin? Okay. Melody?
They explain why they eat their skin is because they want to keep their skin moist.
So eating their skin helps keep it moist?
Yeah, because like their skin before was moist and it helps like keep their skin.
Okay.
And that there was a lungless salamander and a red salamander.
Oh, lungless. What does that mean that's lungless?
That it don't have any lungs.
It doesn't have any lungs. How many of you came across that information? Give me a thumbs up if you got that. Okay. So, it looks like you got to a good part of the main idea of Amazing Salamanders. Now, let's go on ahead and look at the chapters. Open it up. And for chapter 1, this is where many of you were rock stars. And for chapter 1, what was chapter 1 mostly about? And when I say mostly about, I'm looking for the main idea. And remember, an answer in a complete sentence, please. Kaylin?
The chapter was mostly about the different kinds of salamanders.
Okay. And I want you to think a bit more. Let's look at chapter 1, and it begins on page 6. Now, remember, we're looking at title and subheadings. And when we look at the title of this chapter on page 6, now hold on. Are we on page 6? There we go. Look at the title of page 6. Look at the title of the chapter. What is it?
What are salamanders?
What are salamanders? So, how did that title connect to what you read? Melody?
It's like it says like what
The title connected.
the title can how the title connected to what she said. It's saying like what salamanders are.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else want to add on to that? Nicholas.
How it connects is that.
It's okay. Think for a moment. Kaylin?
I would like to add to the sentence is that this teacher says what are salamanders and I'll go back to this what are salamanders. It's kind of like the same thing. It's like an introduction.
Thank you. Kiddos, go with Miss Alma. Go with Miss Alma. Get your books out. Okay. Now, yes, real quick.
And like it says, and then when they're saying what are salamanders, like they're trying to describe.
It would describe what?
They're trying to describe like what kind of salamanders there are.
Okay, so you have this chapter open right now. So what are salamanders? What are they? Nick?
Salamanders are amphibians.
They're amphibians, and they compare them to what other creatures that happen to be, they belong to the amphibian families.
Like it says that they're like frogs and toads.
Okay, and how are they like frogs and toads though? And remember, I'm looking for those details, because these are going to be the supporting details that are going to connect right back to that main idea of what are salamanders for this section. Melody.
Because they begin their life in water, then grow into air-being adults.
Okay, so they start out their life in water, and how many of you know, how do frogs start their lives? How do they start their lives? They start their lives?
They start their lives in water too.
And do you remember how they start their lives? What the little creatures that they are? They have a special name?
Toads.
Not toads.
Amphibians.
Tadpoles. And then eventually they grow legs. And what are they able to do?
Walk.
They're able to walk and get out of the water. And then what are they able to do on land?
They're able to breathe.
Breathe. Because in the water, like fish, what do they have on the sides? Gills. And then once they get out, what do they have that can help them? They have lungs, just like you and I.
And salamanders like to be by moist, wet areas.
Awesome. So right now, let's go to chapter 2, because this was one area.
This is the blind.
Thank you.
Yes, that's
Give me a thumbs up when you're on chapter 2.
Number 9. Number 9. Okay, never mind.
Okay. And before I remove this, remember, we're focusing on what is chapter 1 and chapter 2 mostly about. And when you hear mostly, that lets you know that this is what kind of a question you're really focusing on, and think about our goal. We're focusing on finding what?
The main idea.
The main idea. And that's very special and near and dear to our hearts, because without the main idea, are we going to have any idea of what we're writing about?
No.
No. So for chapter 2, once again, thinking about our strategies here, let's reread the title. What is the title of chapter 2?
Where do salamanders live?
Okay, now this was kind of interesting. When I reread your responses, you mentioned that the main idea of this section was, guess what?
Mostly about salamanders.
Hold on, somebody raise your hand. Remember, think before you speak. What was this mostly about? About where they live, which was awesome. And what gives you that clue right away, Nick?
The title.
The title gives you that clue. But remember, where we kind of fell short in terms of our responses was including the evidence. You need the details. Remember, it's like being a detective. You're trying to catch the right person. You caught the right person, but you still need the right evidence to try them in the court of law.
So you don't send a bad or an innocent person.
Right, but you want to make sure, even though you have the right answer, it only matters if you have the right evidence. Now,
Tornado.
as we focus on chapter 2, I want you to go ahead and skim and scan through it and think, what are some repeated words that give us the clue of where salamanders live? And if you need to, here are sticky notes so you can mark the page and you can go on ahead and jot down your notes of where those details are at. You got it? I'll give you a few minutes.
I want to try the